What's up, Farmstrong Nation? Happy Valentine's Day. Out here by myself on the seat of a tractor doing some disc gripping, but I'm thinking about the relationships in my life and the growing that I've done over the past couple of years. I wanted to help you have better relationships. So that brings me to another episode of Tractor Seat Thoughts. So this advice is for the people that you actually want to have better relationships with, because I know there's some people in your life that you're like, well, that guy's just kind of a jerk face. And we have this saying, hashtag people are people. So if there's a people are people person in your life, then it's fine just to grit your teeth and keep them at arm's distance. But my advice is for the people that, hey, you want to have good relationships with. Like, it's your spouse, it's your coworkers, it's people you're working on projects with. Maybe it's your team of some kind. And those things like, hey, relationships are great, they're going well, and then sometimes you guys get into some disagreements and some arguments. These are my tips of how to overcome these and go back to those thriving relationships that you know you're capable of. Because let's face it, when things are going well, like, things are great. And when things are getting a little stressful, like, your whole life, gets kind of put on hold till you can get that kind of stuff figured out. So my number one tip is fix the narrative. A lot of times when you're having a disagreement with someone you love, it's the narrative has gotten off track. Rather than focusing on the things that have brought you together, you're focusing on the things that are driving you crazy. And no matter what, whether it's good things or bad things, it seems like what you focus on seems to duplicate. So if you have this narrative in your life that this person is trying to just get on your nerves for this specific reason, you constantly will look for that reason. But if you flip the narrative and you start looking for the positive things, all of a sudden you will see more positive things. One of the coolest things is like, hey, for 100 days, look for one thing in your spouse that you love or appreciate. And so that when you have to, and you can duplicate, right? So every day you're constantly looking for something. But when you're constantly having to look for a positive thing, all of a sudden you start to see more positive things. And as the narrative starts to go towards the positive, all of a sudden that's what you start to see. My number is whenever you're having a disagreement with somebody, what I have found that kind of the most important part is to feel like you've been got, I guess, is a good way to put it. So if you feel understood, or if you feel like the other person on the other end of the argument knows where you're coming from and knows how it's affecting you. I have this bad habit sometimes, y'all, where I will put my laundry like on the floor right next to the hamper, not in the hamper. It just drives my wife crazy. And I know it, and I'm trying to be better at it, and sometimes it escapes my mind. But how that will manifest in an argument sometimes is I feel like my wife's maybe really overreacting on something. And what it is, it's this compound of all of this stuff of like my laundry being on the floor. It's not that it's just on the floor, but it's that she's not feeling respected. It's that she's having to pick up after my kids all the time. And here I am, something that could help her out a little bit more, just adding to the chaos that seems to never end. And so how it's landing on her is me just not helping as much as I could, or me being lazy, me being able to do more that I'm not doing, right? So once I understand how what I'm doing is landing on her, and say, wow, I can communicate that back to her, and then she feels God, like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Then all of a sudden we can work towards solution, and she can feel understood, and it doesn't come across as her overreacting. It comes across as, hey, let's work towards some common ground. My third tip is spend time to get better. We spend a lot of time doing a lot of stuff, whether it's TV, watching news, playing games on our phone, scrolling Facebook. But if we want to have better relationships, and let's face it, we do, right? Because when our relationships are going well, things in our life just seems to have more harmony in them. Like, I can go through a really tough day at work, but if I have a happy family at home, the day goes by really quick. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing at work, if there's some turmoil hanging over my head, like, the whole day is just stressful till I get it figured out. So spend some time of your day or your free time working on communication, working on getting better, working on coming together. Schedule that time, go through some self-help books, spend some time with people that are the kind of couple that you want to be. If you're constantly around people who are complaining about their spouse or their relationships, I'm guessing that you're going to probably start complaining about your spouse and relationships. But if you spend time with people who are constantly talking good things about their spouse or their relationships, or who set a good example for what that's like, all of a sudden that will kind of breed into your own relationships. So those are my 3 pieces of advice. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Go grow your dreams, and I'll catch you guys later.